Yay. Okay. That there. Let me see. Go to my channel so I can see the chat. I don't actually need to create a fucking fuck it, what do you call it? A thumbnail for this shit. Give me 1 second. Say hi, honey. Oh yeah, I gotta do this. Hi. Oh. Fuck, am I dying? You gotta check my shit here. We see this. Okay. Yeah, we're watching YouTube. I might actually do some drawings. Who fucking knows? Here. I actually play some games. Who knows? Putting that over here for now. Fuck. Yeah, let's fuck around on the internet. But look up some shit. What are white people tacos? Birdie fetishes, you know. They're bad. Oh, this is gonna be like. Yeah, this shit is gonna be interesting. Okay.
Furry nightmare fuel. You know it when you see it. And if you grew up
Okay, so yeah, go this. I want
this video isn't going to have any recipes in it, but with Cinco de Mayo coming up, I think it's worth covering, even if it saves just one person from finding themselves in the ethnic aisle of Kroger with Ortega sauce in hand and going, wait a minute, am I doing something problematic right now? So first things first, are so-called white people tacos real tacos? Yes. They're just a really specific version. It's like asking if a peanut butter jelly sandwich is a
white people tacos. I feel we're basic. That's why.
That is a type of sausage. It's not weird to call a hot dog a sausage. But if you tell me that we're getting sausage on our pizza and it shows up with Oscar Mayer wieners on it, we might.
Oscar Mayer. I mean, that's somebody know actually done like shit like that before, like the fucking ultra miners.
From the more traditional.
Like, I feel like I know they do it with bratwurst. Like I had bratwurst pizza before.
WPTs are made with a pre-made.
So it's like I'm not technically surprised. Me ain't really like.
Shallow fry it. That's not even all that far out. Mexico has those. The term tacos dorados translates to golden tacos. But
be honest, now I'm hungry for fucking tacos. Like,
shells are made out of coarsely ground, usually yellow corn, and
God
they're
damn.
long before you buy them, so you get a crumbly, toothsome, dangerously brittle vessel with unique corn flavor. It's similar to a store-bought tostada, but folded in half. If you were the type of person who wanted to break away from the Middle America for actual tortillas, be they corn or flour, would get you more than halfway there. The issues you'd be most likely to run into is
Okay, we gotta fucking into this. I'm hungry for tacos. I'm watching a guy bitching about white people tacos, so I don't know.
required to revive those stale tortillas, but for now, I'm moving on to the taco filling. This is cream mix seasoning. The spices in taco mix are delicious. Cumin, chili powder, onion powder, etc. If all you wanted to do was upgrade this component, I would use a pre-made spice blend called Sazon. My problem with taco seasoning packets is their non-spice filler. This one has a first ingredient of maltodextrin, and a lot of the other ones will have cornstarch or cornmeal as the second ingredient. Those aren't for flavor. Rather, it's because a lot of folks like to put water in their beef after browning it so that the meat is enveloped in a thick slurry. In Mexico, you're more likely to find tacos filled with whole muscle meats rather than ground.
Yeah, like if you ever go to like actual, you know, a proper, what do you call it, fucking proper actual Mexican restaurant, they don't use like ground beef, they actually use like ground steak. Like, if you're like if you have like some actual, not Taco Bell or Taco Joss, like if you actually have like a local fucking taco place, you should probably go there, try it out some of these days.
Even black olives. You know how OG Italian pizzas will have nothing but cheese and basil, but American pizzas have 5 different toppings? Same difference for tacos. This is part of the Taco Tuesday value proposition. It's fun to set up a station and let everyone build their own. If that's how you like to do it, there's no reason to stop now. But if you aim to make yours in a more Mexican manner, you ought to know that shredded cheese isn't a common contributor of rich creaminess. Avocado would be more likely. And even when cheese does come into play, it's usually cotija or queso fresco, white and firm, not melty, yellow, and bagged. Diced red tomatoes are also big on white people taco night, and that's totally acceptable. But you'd be doing yourself a favor by adding jalapeno, cilantro, onion, and
yeah, that's actually really good when you mix like that shit together.
Sour cream does.
Oh, that was sick. Oh, I always wonder what the fuck that side was. I'm talking like,
just a little runny.
I like a little salad, but
lettuce is fine, but I would sooner use shredded cabbage, especially on my fish tacos. And as for the
I hate shredded lettuce.
The olives and the Ortega sauce are the most confounding element to me. This jarred salsa wasn't big enough with inequality with so-called taco sauce. It then becomes less descriptive, less sure of itself. I don't have the...
I can't understand like black olives. They got like a certain taste to them.
My only advice would be...
But like, you put them on fucking
that's
rice subs.
and biased, but I won't be working to change it. Lo siento. I'm always going to focus my attention not on a big number of varied toppings, but rather on a small number of salsas. If you top 2 identical tacos with 2 different salsas, you've got 2 different tacos. All you really need is 1 good salsa, but that's about as helpful as saying all you need for a proper sandwich is good bread. Good cooks know that it's not as simple as that, lest ye put egg salad on panettone. A lean grilled chicken benefits from creamy avocado, while fatty fried fish would benefit from a bright, acidic tomatillo salsa. There's an art to paring down the number of ingredients and balancing them masterfully. And at the risk of scaring you off with fears of unlimited complexity, there is an infinite number of salsa recipes out there. I covered some of them in this video all about salsa. If the notion of experimenting and recipe testing gives you los heebie-jeebies, I have good news. The ultimate singular taco topping is also the easiest. You dice a white onion, fine as you can, soak it in cold water for 10 minutes to take the fiery burn out of them, and then drain the onion and combine it with chopped cilantro. This adds color, texture, herbaceousness, and familiarity to any taco with just 2 ingredients and no cooking.
What?
Any taco plus this,
What does the Popeye want? You want
to
fufu?
replicate the late night taco stand vibe fabulously.
Nah.
No styrofoam to-go box necessary.
What?
The point of this explains
Okay.
you enjoy tacos, do so with impunity. It's your God-given right as a red-blooded American. Chicken tinga tacos, tacos al pastor, fried fish tacos, tacos de cabeza or lengua or longaniza. Surely you see why I would never limit myself to just one style on one day of the week. Is General Tso's chicken actually Chinese food? Is a deep-fried California roll actually sushi? Where an Italian may weep at meat lover's pizza, it's been my experience that we of Mexican heritage don't get too bent out of shape. Aside from Rachel Ray's pozole, we try not to talk about that. Trade has paid to be mentioned at the end of this video. Do not believe the false dichotomy between nasty coffee at home and good coffee from a...
Okay, we're gonna go back. Papa Meat. Oh yeah, Papa Meat is a good game. I need to I want to do like an animation sometime. No one stays there. Yeah. My Homer needs a job, but dumbass walls. Make Hurricane Moonshine. I actually had Mega Man Legends. I got Mega Man Legends like 1 and 2. The nudity and Nintendo Entertainment game.
So it's come to this. Over the past few years, I've spent a lot of time playing NES games, diving deep into the library of cartridges, and during that time, I found a lot of weird stuff. All kinds of strange-looking bosses, bizarre codes and Easter eggs, you name it. But one thing that I am constantly surprised by is that I keep finding instances of nudity in NES games. And I'm not talking about some weird, pervy bootleg sold behind the counter in a brown paper bag type games. I'm talking about official, sold in stores, Nintendo seal of approval stuff here. I have no idea how much of this is suitable for YouTube, but as most of what I'm going to show here is just a few squares on the screen, I'm just going to put it out there and see what happens. If this gets re-uploaded with black boxes covering everything, or you never hear from me again, I guess you'll know that I took it too far. Alright, let's jump in. The first game that always comes to mind in this topic is River City Ransom. You play as tough guy.
Oh yeah, you showed your ass in that game. I'm thinking of for a second I thought I meant like the actual the porn games on the NES. Hey Mills, how are you today?
Drinks or cool new fighting moves. At some point late in
See, you're still up. Yeah, I got your Discord messages. I'll actually I'll do that like tomorrow or something.
Yes, we shall. Damn, player. You may want to get those checked out by...
Look at my smiley face.
I know there are people out there that get reinvigorated from saunas, and man, I'm jealous.
Hitman's a good game. I actually have it. I think I don't have it for GameCube, but I have it for like the Wii. And I have like 1 and 2 for the Wii and 3 for Wii U.
The Sixth Sense is the NES's only tarot reading simulator.
River City Ransom. Yeah.
Man, is it a lot of tarot reading. Put in your age, sex, location, ask it a question, receive a series of very vague answers. And lottery numbers. Huzzah! Huh. Well, in the various arcana represented are a number of sexy figures and objects like these scales. Oh yeah. Or this frisky wagon wheel. Oh baby.
We're gonna pause this for a second. Is it out? Actually curious. What is tab? Okay. Type. I want to use my there. Tab and yes. Okay, $31. Or $8. I'm telling they're paying you. Kind of scratch up, be up, but ain't bad. Sweet. Yeah, KO. That'd be good for like Smash Bros. Or fighting games too. $8, that ain't bad. I don't know why the Canadian versions were like $31. Probably import costs $10. Ain't bad. You know, 8. What the hell made Taboo? Taboo, the tarot card reading simulator developed by Rare and published by Trade West for Nintendo Entertainment System. Taboo gives user a tarot reading when the dealer automatically shuffles the card. It is the only NES game to carry 2 warnings. That is for players aged 14 and older, and it is also for entertainment purposes only. Taboo was marketed as a party game that multiple adults can enjoy similarly. Huh. That's for Super Nintendo. Game Gear. Dave Weiss. Okay, he did like shit for he did like the Donkey Kong Country composer. The creators of Donkey Kong Banjo Kazooie created a tarot reading card game for the NES. They should bring that back and just have like Mojo Jojo. So Taboo is a NES game that is a tarot card reading simulator that was developed by Rare, the Banjo Kazooie developers. The game uses the whole 78 card tarot deck, which consists of mirror arcana and major arcana. Huh. I actually had to buy this then. Jimmy might actually have to buy this fucking game now. I did not know there was a game that has freaking on tap. There's actually a Taboo fucking tarot card reading game for the NES of all things.
Tease me. Or this hunk of a man, looking like Sloth from the Goonies combined with the rack of the Total Recall lady. Okay. I know that's not what you're here for. You're here for butts. Well, hers is tastefully covered, but this guy looks less like a person and more like a drain stop that makes the water fill up in my sink.
LSD should. Yeah, I actually heard of that before. LSD.
Probably the most scandalous is this lady rocking the world's least effective onk-shaped bra. How on earth did this make it past censors? Well,
good Nintendo.
You know what a tedious experience it is, taking about 5 minutes for each session as you mindlessly watch cards get shuffled. So yeah, I imagine no one played through this repeatedly enough to see every card represented, or sat through about 4 minutes of the demo screen, cycling through the imagery before landing on Easy Breezy over here. Another oddity I found recently was while playing the obscure platformer Rockin' Cats.
Rockin' Cats.
You spent punching bad guys with your mechanical no glove, no love. Near the end of the game, you can accidentally fall in the sewer, which is already a bummer.
I need to actually play that. I don't have the cartridge, but I have it on my NES CrossFit.
Flasher in a trench coat. Except when this rodent gives you a glimpse, he shoots out his tiny rat babies at you. That's nasty. Let's at least get above ground before you start tossing kids at me. And while no one believes me, I am absolutely convinced that this single isolated pixel is exactly what you think it is. A little extra cheese trying to get caught in the rat trap. If you know what I mean. Moving on, there's the bizarrely titled Squoon, and it's the game alright. Just another scrolling shooter with tiny enemies and orcas that aren't good or bad, just indifferent. Well, the sexiness hits you right on the title screen with this one. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Triggering our collective epilepsy with your neon suggestiveness. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's actually Missionary Mermaid over here, rushing in.
No, there's a Sega CD game that's like you control a pencil, and you can like unlock a topless mermaid in the game. It's like an Easter egg.
Let's just say
Nipples.
Speaking of mermaids, here's a quick one from the most famous fish lady of them all, Disney's The Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
Capcom classic, you guide Ariel around the ocean, doing ocean stuff. And eventually, after a quick bubble sesh with Ursula, you'll get a closing cutscene where your pops turns you into a human. And yep, that's it. Long legs, long hair and all. What I really love about this is that you could be looking at anything here. She's so tiny and like if you didn't
Mermaid nipple.
Little Mermaid, what would you guess you're looking at? Reminds me of getting a bean plant to sprout in elementary school.
Oh, there's something I gotta I'll show. There's something. I'll watch your movie after your video after this.
A game I talked about recently is Battle of Olympus. This is a title very heavily influenced by Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link.
Oh, that's actually a good game, I think.
Travel around ancient Greece, jumping and slashing and
I need to play that. That's another game I actually want to play sometime too.
Monsters from Greek mythology like the Hydra, Centaurs, Minotaurs, you know, all the classics. Well, the developers added in a few risque designs for their lady bosses, or rather half-lady bosses. There's the part snake woman known as the Lamia, who looks like she shed her skin and forgot to regrow her modesty. There's also the half-bird harpy, who swoops in, arms missing, breasts ablazing.
There's a lot of like good NES games that are like
If this were a Happy Meal toy, it'd be too
that are not like that. Not many people know of. There's like a lot of good like hidden gems on the system.
Speaking of sirens, the mythological bird ladies make another cameo in the classic game Kid Icarus.
This is a good game too.
The manual of all places, looking like Wonder Woman ate too many blueberries.
Oh, that's it. So there's actually a Nintendo game with boobies. Official Nintendo game.
Series of Venus de Milo's letting it all hang out. Honestly, I find this single pixel representing the belly button to be more suggestive than anything, but hey, maybe that's just me. Statues, let's pop over to Japan for a few region differences between games, starting with Castlevania 3 Dracula.
Good Icarus or like NES is a hard game. Good but hard.
Many of the statues were originally more scantily clad, including these armpit sniffers from the password screen, this very slight toga slip before the Cyclops battle, and this woman where the bottom half looks like a contortionist is making her body into a table. There's
Good game too, Castlevania 3.
Medusa fight, where she goes from slightly androgynous to slightly erogenous. Pretty mild compared to most of what we've covered so far, but obviously it was contentious enough that they bothered to censor it before the trip across the seas, so yeah. Speaking of Medusa, let's pop over to one of my favorite titles, Astyanax. In the North American version, when you encounter her, she comes out with...
Ooh, that's a good sprite right there.
Looking like she's the washboard player for an ancient Greek hoedown. But in the Japanese version, the Lord of King, she comes out...
I got Nintendo power.
Okay, Medusa. Those definitely drew my eyes away from the kids menu maze you got going down here in the bottom half. And man, here is a wild one. Golgo 13. This game was already notorious for a scene early on where your protagonist Duke Togo meets up with a woman named Cherry who drops all kinds of sexy innuendo about vaccines and iron curtains.
This is actually a good one too, this game.
Hubba hubba. It's obviously pretty tame by today's standards, but at the time, this was a mind blower for pre-adolescent lads. Well, in the Japanese version, which I'm going to butcher, Gorugo Saten Dai Isho Kamagami no Tasogare? That same scene occurs, except before the iron curtains get drawn, the lace curtains get dropped. Oh shit!
Ooh, wah, wah.
I'm legit impressed with how good this animation is.
Do, do, do,
It's only
do,
4
do, do.
frames, but man, that is such a
They put some effort into them frames.
while utilizing extremely limited visuals. Amazing. Again, not much to it.
I know in my rug I'm gonna get fucking like
The exact time our moms walked into our house. And how about one more from the Famicom? The game Kid Nicky was released on
Actually, almost I saw one at Famicom in the wild one time.
in part
I should have got it, but I never did. I do own some Famicom games.
lets you bounce
Gotta have like the actual
comically
converter
surprised
for it.
Madman. It's all pretty straightforward ninja action in the first stage, but when you reach the second level, you're met by amazing. I'm assuming this is a reference to the mannequin piss statue found in Brussels, but why? No idea. Like there's nothing else in the level related to this. Some programmer just really loved the thought of having a little cherub peeing on Kid Nicky. Aside from the there's a lot I love about the way they presented old Timothy. Like how he arches his feet to stand on his toes with a little gentleman shake to get the last one. That's a nice touch. Gotta keep things sanitary. Finally, let's talk about 2 Easter eggs you can only see by inputting codes, beginning with Castle of Dragon. Yeah, I promised I was done talking about this, but oh well, duty calls. In this very frustrating action platformer, you'll battle a whole host of demons and monsters before eventually taking on the titular dragon. After that, you get a quick cutscene where the princess comes out to greet you, wearing white after
Press the Nintendo naughty. You should see Atari.
press and hold up, left, A, B, select.
Oh, this is behind a fucking cheat code.
Will appear again in more fashion-forward attire.
See, nowadays you had to pay. Nowadays that'd be DLC. You gotta pay $5 in DLC for that shit.
I don't have the patience and resolve to actually play this game long enough to use this code, but hey, wizards are real, and their video game powers are great. Likewise, in Mechanized Attack, the rad light gun shooter, you can get some hot action through the most convoluted route possible.
I wonder if that uses the actual right. Oh, that does use the right gun.
B and select
The zapper.
first controller, then right A and B on the second controller, and then release all the buttons. Yes, both controllers at the same time. If you somehow pull this off, you're greeted with a debug menu where you move this woman around as your cursor. If you then start changing these values to specific numbers, you'll get a little strip poker action. Note to self, 6 grenades makes women take their clothes off. Got it. This very much feels like something the developers made for themselves that never should have been seen by the public, so props to whatever insane 8-bit detective who uncovered this silliness. And that's it, at least as far as my research took me. Time to hop in the shower and wash off the shame. If there's other examples y'all can think of, put it in the comments, and maybe I'll come back to this for part 2 if I'm still on the air. Massive shout out to Person2000 who recently joined my Patreon and I'm not talking about some weird
Dan,
pervy.
What am I looking at?
Have
right
you
now?
ever taken LSD before?
Oh, yeah, this is the game I've seen. Game Grumps.
Every day.
I don't know if this is how you do it.
Fuck yeah, I ain't seen that game before. Here. Now we're going to look at something. Trying to look. Yeah, there is weird enough free unlicensed NES games that actually have like porn on them. Here's something that. We're watching this. This is some old school YouTube right here. He's gonna take you back to the past. To play the shitty games that suck ass. You better have a buffalo. The angry Atari Sega nerd. Oh, we gotta watch Mr. Bucket. Yeah, there's another one after this we're watching up AGN.
This is George Armstrong Custer. He was born December 5th, 1839. He was a commander in what was known as the American Civil War.
This is like the uncensored version.
In early 1876, thousands of Native Americans escaped from their reservations and military officials were ordered to force them back. On June 25, 1876, Custer and his troops engaged in battle with the Lakota and Northern Cheyenne tribes near Little Bighorn River in Montana. His forces were defeated, and Custer was killed in this day in history known as Custer's Last Stand. Now, why the fuck am I telling you this? Because I once had a whole class all about this kind of stuff. And after a whole day talking about General Custer, the teacher goes, so there were lots of books about General Custer, there were lots of movies and cartoons. Anybody know something that Custer was in? Anybody? Anything about Custer? And I was just thinking, please, stop. Because I just wanted to raise my hand and say, yeah, actually, there's an Atari game, Custer's Revenge, where you fucking
Give me one
shit
second.
up against the cactus. Nobody would believe me, but it was
Yeah, give me 1 second. And pick my fucking mic is picking that shit up. Okay, where's my fucking mic? Okay, where the fuck did I put my freaking shit? I'm gonna actually turn my TV down for a second, but I can't even find my freaking remote control. God damn. Put that there. Okay. Found my milk. Shit, sorry. That shit was picking. Here. Let's try that there. Hopefully. Sorry. Okay.
true. It was a real game, and it came in a nice leather case, I guess so the kids couldn't see it. At the stores, you had to ask for it because it was either hidden behind the counter or in the back room. But anyway, I find the picture on the front really weird. The girl's depicted in a realistic style where Custer is like a cartoon character, and he's way smaller than her, and he's got a hairy ass. Well, let's pop this piece of shit in and give it a go. I don't even need to comment. Look at this. Well, you're both completely naked. Well, maybe not completely naked. You got a cowboy hat, a pair of boots, and a scarf or an...
The sad part is it's actually controls.
Ascot. So what's happening? There's spears dropping from the sky, and you gotta dodge them. Oh, look, I got hit. Then lightning strikes, and you jump out of your boot.
To that.
So the goal is to get over there and rape her. It's terrible. I can't believe I'm playing this. Yeah, fuck her. That's how you score in this game. That's funny, right? Well, it's funny for about 2 minutes, then it gets boring. All you do is bang the chick, dodge the spears. Bang the chick, dodge the spears. You know, you gotta give this guy credit. He's under attack, and he still has the nerve to go over and screw this woman against a cactus. I think it's a cactus. With Atari, you really can't tell.
Yeah, you can't tell. Like, it's stick figure to the Atari fucking graphics.
So it doesn't even make sense when they hit you. But overanalyzing this game isn't even worth it. It's nothing more than a joke. It stirred up a lot of outrage when it came out in 1982. Native Americans were offended, women activists were offended, parents were offended if their kids got a hold of this, and I'm offended because this game's a fucking piece of shit. And if you think that's crazy that there exists a pornographic Atari game, well, guess what? There's tons of them, and Atari had nothing to do with it. See, today this would never be allowed, but back then, anybody could make a game for the Atari 2600 and sell it. So, you want
Atari was like the Wild West, where anyone, if you had, all you had to do was just had the technology and shit, you can make your own games.
The girl licking an ice cream cone. But what the fuck's the title about? It doesn't sound pornographic. Sounds violent, like you beat somebody up and eat them. Oh, I get it. Beat them
It's
and eat 'em.
fuck.
Oh dear, what have I gotten
Kaboom.
myself
It's pretty
into?
much
All
kaboom,
you
but
do is move these two sluts back and forth to catch this stuff that this guy shoots down. Oh, yummy. Let's take a look at the manual. And here it says, the object of the game is to eat him every time he beats him. You score 1 point for each and every drop you swallow without a miss. But should you miss, shame on you. You lose 1 turn. After all, it could have been a famous doctor or lawyer. What kind of sense does that make? So the gameplay is basically the same sort of thing as Kaboom, except Kaboom was a great game, but this is just a miserable shitload of fuck. You gotta be completely accurate to land in their mouths, and it uses the sound effects from Pac-Man. You get an extra life if you get 69 points. That's clever, right? You know, there's really something wrong with this whole scene. You gotta be a total fucking whore to stand naked at the bottom of a building with your mouth wide open to catch jizz from somebody jerking off on top of a roof. What kind of sick bitches are these? And what's the deal with this guy? Either he has a huge dick or he's a dwarf. I mean, what the fuck?
oh, you should play the AVGN game.
Alright, now here's
There's
one
like
of the
Agile
ones.
Rebel
It's
based
called
on the
Back to
Atari
Red
porn
Part.
games.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of naked dudes. Whoa, watch out, guys. It's some crazy bitch bouncing off the walls.
It's Breakout,
Really
but
looks
porn.
like a girl. I mean, look at this. It could be Swamp Thing for all I care. The gameplay's basically like Breakout, but flipped on its side. You control that thing on the left to catch the girl and just bang all the guys. Wow.
Back in the day where you could just rip off a game and just make a porn version of it and make money.
Except it's a dude going around having sex with a bunch of girls.
Oh, have you ever played what call it, Rary Suit Rary? Like those games before?
Going around breaking into random houses where you find men to have your way with. You know, that's really weird. Could you imagine if you're just sitting around minding your own business, then all of a sudden some naked chick breaks in and starts humping the crap out of you? You know, that's really not fair. I get Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger and Spider-Man, Bugs Bunny, but no naked chick. Fuck this shit. If you break into the wrong house, you get kicked out and the cops come after you. You don't want to get caught by the cops or the bad guy. I guess he's supposed to be a mugger or a rapist. How ironic. Most of the time he's in prison, at the jailhouse, and sometimes...
If I can find one of these days, if I can actually figure out how to stream my Atari 2600, I will. I actually own an Atari flash card.
Flasher. Somebody please explain this one to me. Philly Flasher? Like Philadelphia? What's Philadelphia make you think of? Ben Franklin, the Liberty Bell, Rocky...
So this is the same game, but fucking...
Well, it's no doubt that the game could take place in any city and that the title's only phonetic. It might as well be Chicago Shitfucker or Dallas Dickfucker. The game's basically the same as Beat 'em and Eat 'em. The only difference is that it's two guys drinking milk from a witch's tit and... Oh god, what the fuck? This game really disturbs me, but I don't get it. Is this supposed to be erotic? I don't know about you, but I'm not at all turned on by some old wrinkly shit with titties. That's fucking nasty, man. What sick fuck came up with this? What were they thinking? Here's a game that's on the same cart as Philly Flasher. It's called Cat House Blues, and it bears a strange resemblance to Gigolo. In fact, it's the same game, except you're a dude instead of a girl. This guy's got no arms or legs, but that doesn't hold him back. You know, why isn't this game called Philly Flasher and this one Cat House Blues? They must have fucked up and switched the titles. Now we got Night on the Town. I suppose you're a knight and you're on a quest for the holy ass. That's right, your goal is that
They look like,
castle. What he wants to do with her?
they look like the sea people, like the sea monkeys.
Object's pretty simple.
That's what they look like.
Blocks and build the bridge. But watch out for that crazy monster, and if the
They
alligators
just look like the sea
bite your
monkeys
dick
from
off.
fucking back in the
There's
day.
no point of walking because he's so damn slow, so you just gotta keep jumping and keep in rhythm so you don't hit the monster or the alligators. I don't have any idea what these things on their heads are. They look like Dr. Seuss characters, but one thing I never expected to see Dr. Seuss characters do is this. Alright, just one more game because I've had enough. This one is Jungle Fever. I like to call it Jungle Cunt. Well, honestly, I don't know what to say about this one. How did they come up with this stuff? Alright guys, let's have a naked, big-breasted woman hanging from a helicopter shooting at flames with a naked guy in between and some...
Well, you can never say Atari games weren't created. They're more thought put into this than some PS5 games.
Why not? Well, what can you say? Atari and porn. Witches, door-to-door prostitutes, rooftop beaters, cowboy rapists. What more can you ask for? Remember the commercials? Have you played Atari today? Well, fuck yeah, I did. But you don't want to know what I was playing.
I missed School Attack. That was a good website. Here, we're going Mr. Bucket. Here's another AVGN one. Mr. Bucket.
You remember Mr. Bucket, right?
Yeah, that commercial was on like all the time.
Mr. Bucket.
That's right. I'm Mr. Bucket. I'm Mr. Bucket. Toss your balls in my top. I'm Mr. Bucket. Out of my mouth and we'll pop. I'm Mr. Bucket. We're all gonna run. I'm Mr. Bucket.
The game's Mr. Bucket. The first to get their balls into Mr. Bucket wins, but look out, because the balls will pop out of his mouth.
I'm Mr. Bucket. The balls pop out of my mouth. I'm Mr. Bucket. A ball is what I'm about. I'm Mr. Bucket. We're all gonna run. I'm Mr. Bucket.
Mr. Bucket from Milton Bradley.
That is so wrong.
Mr. Bucket was awesome.
Kids.
See, that was we even had cooler toys back then too. Like,
It's not as bad as...
Not really. I mean, it actually says in the commercial, pop the balls out the mouth. It's
Well,
not.
it doesn't say, like, put your balls in my mouth. It's not, you know...
Yeah, but you know, like, what do you think it means? There's no way you wouldn't think that.
Well, all it means is toss the ball in his top and the ball will pop out of his mouth. That's it.
Whatever. It's sick. You actually have that game, though, don't you?
I do. I have Mr. Bucket. Here it is. Just an innocent little toy for kids.
Can I say it? Look at the big red nose. It looks like a drunk or a child molester or something.
Yeah. Alright, so you just put some batteries in, you turn it on, and watch it go. That's Mr. Bucket.
It looks like it's doing the moonwalk.
You just gotta scoop up your balls and get them in its top like that.
Why can't we just throw the balls in? Why do we have to use this? Yeah.
Because that's how the game is played.
This is so stupid. Do I have to use a green shovel to pick up the green ball and only the blue?
Well, technically, yes. Say I have a yellow shovel. That means you can only scoop up yellow balls with a yellow shovel.
Yeah, well, what happens if I scoop up a red ball with a blue shovel? Do I get a penalty?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So is this it? This is all there is to this?
Yep, this is pretty much it.
There's got to be something else. Let me see. Here's the instructions. Let me look. Dude, look at this. Read this right here.
This part right here. Mr. Bucket is a battery-operated game to be used only with the special balls enclosed. As opposed to balls.
Well, that's enough for me.
you know, someone actually took the Mr. Bucket and, like, you know. They had to make them idiot-proof, too, unfortunately, back in the day.
Poor choice of words used by the announcer, which may be mistaken for teabagging.
Teabagging.
Balls pop out of my mouth. This slogan has proven to be quite humorous and controversial because of its reference to the male genitalia being close to the bucket's mouth.
Here comes Mr. Bucket. I'm fucking big at the moment. Hell yeah, I'm gonna do that one.
Hey, did you notice anything weird about that Mr. Bucket?
No, like what?
Well, it was still like moving around, like it was still turned on.
Well, then obviously it wasn't turned off then.
Yeah, but the thing is, I was positive that I turned it off.
That hammer thing with the on-off switch is kind of weird. Maybe it just pop back on. Who knows?
It also sort of like came up onto the couch.
Like how?
I don't know, like it climbed up or something. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on, to tell you the truth.
Mr.
It
Bucket.
didn't look like you could do that, but I don't know, maybe, I guess.
One last thing. I think it was going for my balls.
Okay. Yeah. Alright, I gotta go.
Balls.
Okay. Alright, I'll see you.
Bye.
Hero Quest. It's actually a pretty good board game, if I remember right.
Hey, I'm Mr. Bucket.
Oh, no.
Mr. Bucket!
Hey, I don't want to hurt you. I just want to suck on your balls.
Since I turned you off.
You turned me on.
They need to make like a full-length horror movie based on Mr. Bucket.
Hello?
Mike, get over here right now.
What's going on?
I was in bed, the bucket came under the blankets, and it talked to me.
This is a nightmare.
I don't know. I really have no idea what's going on here anymore.
Yeah, I'm looking at a window upstairs, and so you might want to close it because of the rain.
Well, like, my bedroom window? Okay, just come over here real fast.
Okay, let me get my shoes and umbrella. I'll be right over there.
Okay.
Dude, the horror. No, take 5. AVGN, like James Rolfe, it's like AV from AVGN, like Board James. He's like I grew up with the AVG. Like I grew up watching AVGN on YouTube. Like that was like old school, like old 7, about 20, almost 20 years from now. Actually, one of the reasons why I wanted to create YouTube videos too. I'm Mr. Bucket.
Fucking balls. Get your fucking balls.
Oh shit. Won't make me play Mr. Bucket. Alright. Here, let's do this. Yeah, give me a second. Huh. Oh, there it is. Oh, it just takes a second. I think because I triggered the copyright thing, that's why. Probably because of Mr. Bucket or something like that. Okay. Yeah, I think it did that before. Oh, just I guess because I was doing something copyrighted. That's why. I don't know why, but we'll do the copyright mash. Like I'm in it. I know freaking copyright. Sorry, I'm like looking at that for a second. We do that there for a second. Hopefully it won't trigger. I'm gonna crash. Have a good night, dude. Yeah, no problem. I'm like almost fucking done. I don't understand watch. I was like, baby, and shit, man.
I'm Mr. Bucket. Wanna fuck it? I wanna suck on your balls.
You mean plastic balls? These kinds.
No, I mean balls, testicles, scrotum, gonads, family jewels, bullets, cojones, balls.
Take your fucking balls, not my balls.
Balls.
Get away from me. Get away from me, you sick, fucked up.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I can't fucking watch this, so I'm gonna go back to you. Go back to fucking there. You won't let me watch fucking again. Goddamn. Sweet. Yeah, give me 1 second, sorry. Yeah, no problem. Let me see here. Yeah, no problem. See. You to kill my freaking stream. I think I'm still streaming fucking. Yeah, I'm still streaming freaking YouTube. Yeah, give me 1 second. Yeah. Okay, Dom should be back. Hopefully, that was a freaking. Okay. The game no one can beat. Kid Chameleon.
I've been doing this series now where I beat unbeatable games from my childhood, and it's been going really well. I've gotten a lot of games. But now we're getting to the point where I'm running out of games from my childhood, and I gotta start beating games from your childhood. And that's where today's game comes in, Kid Chameleon. You see, I was a Super Nintendo kid. I wasn't a Sega Gen.
Okay. I thought that was like be extra long.
Dude, are you crying?
No, I don't cry.
What's wrong with him?
His girlfriend Starla dumped him.
We can talk about it if you want.
Leave me alone!
Muscle Man!
He's never gonna come out.
We gotta get him back together with Starla.
You sure this is where she worked?
Yeah, I know. Being stupid at the moment. Okay. Hopefully fucking stops being stupid for a second, then maybe you'll actually let me fucking do stream or something.